Hey, now 310 AK, the Sam Silk Show. What's going on, family? How you guys doing? What's going on Facebook? How y'all feel? Today, hanging out with us on the show, we got some great information, man. We got Yolanda Helmington, president of YDH Consulting. How are you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good. It's nice outside. The sun is shining, so I'm all good.
Yeah, we got a heat wave. I said I might put some fish on the grill today.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, 31. We gotta show their love.
I like it.
Man, so I got some information here about this event you having coming up here, man. Generational Mentality, Securing Our Future, Preserving Our Wealth event. And this is coming up on February the 28th. And when I saw the estate planning, I said, oh, wow. This is stuff that sometimes people don't want to talk about.
Absolutely.
And we need to talk about it.
Yes.
What inspired you to bring this event to our community, especially as we get ready to close out Black History Month? But every day is Black History to me.
That's right.
Every day.
That's right. Well, the inspiration behind this event was unexpectedly losing my grandfather. And his passing away, you know, he was from the old school. And so I was working to try to get him to consider getting his affairs and things in order. We were making some progress towards that. I had to travel overseas for a trip for another family event that had occurred. And while I was away, my grandfather unexpectedly passed away. It just caused a lot of confusion amongst our family in terms of what was going to happen to his assets, the things that I know that he had worked hard for. And without having the proper paperwork in place, his assets were unfortunately lost. And so in having conversations in my own healing and talking to other friends, families, people in the community, I learned that this is a narrative, a common narrative in our community where families are just not having conversations about what to do in the event of unexpected loss. And so it inspired me to put on an event for the community to provide that education and awareness about the importance of legacy planning.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is a hard conversation, as you mentioned, old school and new school.
Yes.
You know, when and I shared this story, when going through with my mother, when she was sick, trying to prepare and say, hey, you got to get ready for ABCD and having certain things in order. And then you see today a lot of GoFundMes.
Yes.
And so that conversation needs to be had. It's a hard conversation, but it's a must conversation. Yeah.
It's a must conversation, especially if you don't want the courts to get involved with determining what happens to your assets. And so really the beauty behind this event, people were like, what makes this different from other estate planning events? I have some really great partners in the community that, you know, in sharing my testimony and story, they have come on board to support. So in essence, the event is going to be a one-stop shop. Okay. We are not just empowering the community with information and resources, but every person that registers will be able to have their will and last testament, durable power of attorney, banking power of attorney, durable healthcare power of attorney, and living will, and other documents to really help them have a framework should something happen. And in addition to that, we have a notary that'll be on site to notarize documents. So when you leave from the event, you can have a peace of mind knowing that you did the first steps in having all of those things in order.
Yeah.
And it's so important because those are the things that you want to do early before, you know, a lot of people think, okay, I have plenty of time to plan this. And, you know, if I'm on my deathbed, then, you know, I'm going to be able to do this and that. But the thing is that when you get sick or if you're suddenly sick, all of these things come into play that you never even thought about, like you were saying with the power of attorney for hospital care, making decisions. All of those decisions are so important, and you need to make them early. Now, if you need to change some things later on, you can change some stuff later on. But you definitely want to have something in place rather than just throw it up in the air, because that could be very disastrous.
Absolutely. And just because we're not having the conversations or talking about it, we know that the time will come for all of us. But it's an opportunity to be proactive. And again, knowing that, you know, your wishes are going to be honored and that
Yes.
you're leaving less of a burden with your families is something important for legacy. In our community, we hear a lot about generational trauma, generational curses, but we don't hear a lot about generational vitality. And to me, that means the things that you are leaving to empower your family, to empower your community, to be able to be proactive in making these decisions.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you know, we spend so much time investing in prioritizing other things. What you spend time investing in, the way you spend your time, that's an investment. What you eat and put in your body is an investment. So I just encourage people, like, make the investment to get your affairs in order.
Yes.
Make your investment to preserve your legacy. We spend most of our time at work, right? Trying to make a livelihood for our families, but then we're not protecting the things that we're working so hard for.
Yolanda, come on.
Right? So we have to do better as a community, and this is a call to action, because I don't want anyone to have to go through the testimony that I went through. And so now that I have the knowledge, I'm sharing that with the community to help us be able to work together to secure our future and preserve our wealth.
So what do they need to do? They need to register, sign up. How does this work?
Yeah, so registration is available on Eventbrite. They can go to Eventbrite, type in Generational Vitality, or they can visit my social media accounts at YDH Consulting 216 Instagram or YDH Consulting LLC on Facebook. You can click the link. If you're following Yolanda D. Hamilton on Facebook, you're going to see nothing but information about the event and the registration. And let me just tell you, I'm so proud of how the community is responding. We do have limited capacity, so I encourage, if you're on the fence, just go ahead, take that step of faith. I know it's not easy, but we have some elements that are involved in the day to kind of lighten the mood. Our fabulous partners that are a part of this, we have E.F. Boyd and Son Funeral Home, one of the oldest Black-owned funeral homes and businesses in Cuyahoga County. I want to also just acknowledge others who have provided that support, including Reserve Care, formerly known as Hospice Reserve of Hospice of the Western Reserve, and Northwest Bank, Fifth Third Bank, Equitable Advisors. I mean, we have GK Kistner Studios. All of these businesses are coming together to provide you, the community, with the opportunity to get your affairs in order.
Now, any paperwork they need to bring, any certain items? I know ID and whatnot, but what are some of those items they need to bring?
Yes, and so for those that register, you know, I plan on sending out a video message, but to bring, if you're listening in the listening audience and you just want to register and you're like, how do I prepare? One, you definitely want to make sure that you come on site with your ID, because that is required to get documents notarized. Okay, so you want to have your valid ID. In addition, we have individuals that will be able to review or analyze your life insurance policy to make sure that you have enough coverage. Mortgage analysis, because home ownership is a way to build generational wealth, and making sure that you are being able to understand how to use your house strategically as an investment. And so we'll have someone on site that can do mortgage analysis. Also, come prepared in thinking, like, when you're filling out your will, who do you want to designate things to? Who are your beneficiaries?
Think about that before you get there. Because when I went and I was sitting there, I was like, okay, scratching my head. I was like, yes, but then what can he and what can she? You got to plan that stuff out, because it gets those questions started diving in.
And the last thing you want is when your family is grieving, when your family is going through something, is to be for them to be torn apart, having to make these decisions.
Right. Yeah. Man, thank you for this.
Yes, thank you so much.
This is needed.
Thank you.
This is needed, man. Again, give them the website and your social media one more time.
Okay, so to register for the event, you can check me out at YDH Consulting 216 on Instagram or YDH Consulting LLC on Facebook. Also, the event is live on Eventbrite. Registration link open while seats last, and you can type in Generational Vitality. And also feel free to call our office, 216-264-6621.
We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll be right back, y'all.